let me take you through details on firecrackers being allowed in Delhi during Diwali. With winter now just about starting, Delhi's air quality has dropped to poor category after 3 months, and GRAP-I is now enforced in Delhi. This set of short-term emergency measures triggered to reduce air pollution happens every winter when air pollution spikes in Delhi NCR region due to lower wind speeds, dropping temperatures, stubble burning, most importantly, and vehicular emissions. Of course, firecrackers contributing to it as well. Now, Delhi firecrackers, it's really in the real grain of Diwali is firecrackers. And Delhi residents really want to be bursting firecrackers but are unable to because of the quality of air, and it was banned by the Supreme Court so long. But it seems like now the Supreme Court has turned a little sensitive to those wanting to celebrate Diwali, has allowed the sale and bursting of certified green crackers, firecrackers, between October 18th and October 21st. That's 5 days around Diwali in the Delhi NCR region for upcoming Diwali celebrations. They've also given specific time restrictions as well, which is fireworks can be burst only between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on these days. To ensure compliance, only QR-coded green crackers approved by the CSIR-NEERI will be permitted. These crackers are designed to emit fewer pollutants compared to traditional firecrackers. However, the court has emphasized that crackers containing harmful chemicals like barium and those smuggled from outside the NCR region are strictly prohibited. The court has also directed the central and state pollution control boards to monitor air quality levels from October 14th to October 25th and submit reports as well. Special patrolling teams will also be deployed to ensure adherence to the guidelines. These green firecrackers are meant to cut particulate and gas emissions by up to 30 to 40% and keep noise levels under 120 decibels. But this has once again sparked a decade-long debate over balancing festive tradition, public health and livelihood. We know that Delhi's air pollution is so bad. You have wheezing problems, you have breathing issues, you have people really struggling in the Delhi NCR region, and situation was worse in the last few years. It settled during COVID and then spiraled after COVID. The idea of green crackers now that emerged first in 2015, Supreme Court at that point had said it was helpful, and then this came down to decide that it's not, and therefore banned firecrackers altogether until Delhi's air was settled. But now it seems like the court has come back to decide that firecrackers, green firecrackers, could be allowed for a brief period. So is it really Is this really the only way forward? The question most environmentalists are currently asking now is how do you establish that cracker is really green cracker? If someone's bursting firecracker around you, do we even know if it's green firecracker or not? Well, let me bring in our panelists on board for a little more on Delhi's air quality, pollution levels and green firecrackers. How does this all go hand in hand? Shambhavi Shukla, Deputy Program Manager, Clean Air and Sustainable Mobility Program, CSC. We also have Divan Singh, who's an environmentalist. A quick word from Shambhavi. Shambhavi, your take on green firecrackers. I'm not too sure if people can even distinguish between green firecrackers and not green firecrackers. In fact, when the Supreme Court restriction was on, the last year I still remember, firecrackers were just raging all over Delhi. There's no regard for a Supreme Court ban. Now the Supreme Court allows green firecrackers, so now you know, I'm expecting brazen firecrackers to be burst across Delhi NCR region and not even green firecrackers. So what kind of patrolling and how will police be able to distinguish what's green, what's not?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So, see, already there were several bans that has happened on crackers per se, but then naming green crackers, like, we are also not sure how much reduction in pollution it would cause. And also, like, it also depends on the amount, like the load that is being added to Delhi's air. So we know that this is like a regular problem that Delhi faces every year, that we have been seeing from continuously past 10 to 12 years now. And we know that especially during October, we have several other sources along with, of course, crackers that add to the pollution load to the city. So right now, the current condition, if we see that there is unfavorable meteorological conditions that's present. So with a lower wind speed and a dip in a temperature and a lower mixing height, there is less space for pollutants to disperse. And at the same time, like since it's a festival time, there is a lot of traffic congestion that is happening. And the major source among the local sources that we see right now is vehicles, because like in Delhi, especially, if you see that all the roads are jammed right now. So like the one thing that should actually happen, and like the moving forward that we should think of, is reducing pollution from a source which is actually a year round problem. And if we work on the source, then only the pollution level of Delhi would actually go down and all.
Maybe the environmentalist will be able to tell us. Green firecrackers, it's burst all over the country, Mr. Devan Singh. Do you believe that that's going to help in keeping pollution levels low? And at a time when the pollution level is poor, will this add to the menace?
See, looking at this initiative, it's not a bad thing to start because many steps, strong steps, have not been taken till now. So at least a step has been taken to ensure that instead of conventional crackers, they're going ahead with the safe green crackers, and people will get a kind of sensitivity when they are forced to purchase green crackers and then burst them and see that the fun is not that much as they had in the conventional crackers. People will feel a small pinch and also feel responsibility that yes, it's being done to curtail the pollution. So that's a positive step in a sense. Now, as far as the effect is concerned, as the panelists before me have said, and your headlines are saying that it has 30 to 40% less emission in comparison to conventional crackers. Or there are many studies, there are lack of studies that really confirm that it doesn't emit hazardous fumes. So one can't be sure how safe it is. But then let's say 30 to 40% less emissions will be there, the particulate matter. So in that sense, it's not a bad initiative. But as panelists before me said, we need to work on all other sources of pollution. And this pollution generation is happening in the city all year round. And we are only waking up in the month of October, November, December, when it start pinching us, start hitting us, because the air is slow, it's getting heavier, the pollution is not able to disperse. So what worries me is that we are not bothered about generation of pollution so much as we are bothered about dispersal of pollution. Had we been really been bothered about generation of pollution, we would have worked on measures like GRAP year round. So these are the factors that should
So
count
you're
before
saying
we.
less from firecrackers, more to do with other external factors, and
Yes, firecrackers has to creates its effect only for a few days
but
near
what
Diwali.
effect does it have? Few days of firecrackers is good enough to make a person's health condition worse.
Yes, that's true. Even these few days can make the condition worse, no doubt. And so that's why I said it's a positive step in a sense. It's much needed. And it creates awareness, raises sensitivity among people that yes, something is. When some action is being taken, then only people start internalizing the uh, the the subject
Yeah, yeah.
subject of
What I
pollution.
believe
Otherwise,
here,
they really not
Shambhavi, is
bothered.
that people are anyway bursting firecrackers now. Might as well make it legal for a few hours. That's, I think, almost the pressure it's come down to.
Yeah. Can you please repeat?
No, I was asking Shambhavi, while you have Shambhavi, people anyway bursting firecrackers. Like I said, all across Delhi, at least near my house, I heard extensive firecrackers being burst while there was a Supreme Court ban. So now it's almost come down to, and I know that there was a lot of criticism as well on how firecrackers is not the biggest contributor to pollution. So why are you taking away people's livelihood, etc., etc. So now I think it's almost out of pressure that, there's a judgment that's come in saying, you can burst for a few hours, because anyway people are bursting illegally. Might as well make this legal and let them enjoy for the few days of Diwali.
So you have rightly said that even when the ban was present, but then still people were burning crackers. So of course, if they're making it legal and like they're burning it, but then the important step right now is to have fully enforced like what is being burnt on the like road and during Diwali. So if that happens and there is complete policing and monitoring happens of whatever green crackers is being sold and being burnt, so then that would be a biggest challenge that the government should achieve actually this time if they are allowing to burn the green crackers.
All right. Devan Singh and Shambhavi, thank you very much. Appreciate your time on that. Thank you.